face off.
The important thing is the execution, because it's a very difficult one. Two is that you've got to be spot on.
Yeah, looking at the field, that's what you think. That's the line he's going to bowl. He wants to here, and he will get to. It's back on strike, Maxwell.
Yeah, it's clever bowling from Avish, because whilst he might have those two fielders up behind the wicket on the leg side, and he's used his pace-off deliveries, he's still got the airspeed to be able to attack the stumps with his straighter Yorker, and he did that on that occasion. Maxwell knows that. If he didn't have the airspeed, it would be harder for him to go in at the stumps, but he does.
Has he found the gap? Yes, he has. Got a bit of hand to that, Tilak, or rather Rituraj. Wasn't strong enough to stop the boundary.
This is a cracking shot. He was shaping to go on the onside, but when he got the width, he had to make the change in a split second, and the way he timed that shot was excellent.
But you wouldn't mind that if you're Surya or Avish, because that was a really good shot. That's what you want from your bowler, to just follow the plan, which is bowl wide outside off stump. And even then, batter does get a boundary, gets runs. Good luck. A change in the field, got a deep extra cover now. A long off and a wide-ish third. Still going to be the same plan. Like you said, he's got that speed in the air. Will he not go straighter? Will he attack the stump and try and Yorker? That goes wide. He's got protection in the deep in that area. Single, and will keep the strike, Maxwell. 158 for 5 after 16.
We see the wide Yorker to Glenn Maxwell, bowling to his field. He's got it well set. That slight change to the final ball, cover going to point. The desired result with a single.
.65 required of 24. The final 4 overs. What are India's options? It's been well over the Indian worm. When you look at the comparison, Australia were 158 for 5. They've always been ahead of India. India lost 2 fewer wickets. But with the man there out there in the middle, Maxwell, anything is possible. The last recognised pair, because there are lots of batters after this, or bowlers after this. With that man on your screen, anything is possible. Swings it away and all the way.
Well, he's making up for those 30 runs he gave to India in the final set that Australia bowled. He's going to single-handedly get Australia close here if he can hang in there until the last over. Wade can keep supporting him. Another one of those shots where he's manoeuvred his body across the crease laterally to access fine leg, where the two fielders are up behind square leg. Wonderful batting from Glenn Maxwell.
Surely as a bowler here, your main objective is to be hitting the stumps. Like even on that occasion, it was a free hit because he'd been followed, Maxwell, which gave him the confidence to then play across the line as well.
Yeah, man from shot fine has been moved to point. The deep point has gone quite in front. Does he go wide? There's no protection at fine leg. No, he goes towards mid-wicket and clears in by a distance. Back-to-back sixes for Glenn Maxwell.
He's so strong. And when he does get a set base, as we saw in Mumbai again against Afghanistan, anything is possible. It is in the slot. Maxwell just helps himself. At least he was somewhere in those stump zone though. Just needs to be top of stump though. Base of stump is not going to be there. He's too strong, Maxwell.
Yeah, sometimes to him, his pace off on a consistent basis is a better option because he likes pace on. Even in the game against Afghanistan, when you're on one leg and that too no back leg, the easiest thing to get is pace on deliveries.
You know, I think teams in the past have definitely gone pace off into the wicket really high to Glenn Maxwell. They know that he's going to take the game on and try and hit sixes, so got to have a chance to be able to get him out, otherwise he just destroys you, as we see that graphic there, 80 metres over mid-wicket.
The reason I also say that Haydos and Katic is such a bottom-handed player. So bottom-handed players want pace on. A good couple of deliveries from Arshdeep, saying that is what you want to see from him. As a bowler, you can get hit.
See him picking up Prasid early on, leg side sixes, just using the line and his body beautifully. The reverse sweep, flat batted Akshar Patel over mid on, another pick-up shot. He would flick down a fine leg, and then that final one, Arshdeep in this over. Seen power and class from Maxwell tonight.
Kartik, you're right, 100%. He's very bottom-handed, so the pace on is something that he's going to love. He has to come down the ground, and he is capable of doing that as well. It's a much more difficult shot to stand back and flicks to the onside or his go.
They're doing the right thing, asking him to fetch it or carve it with no pace on. That was a slower delivery.
Well, let's have a look at just where he scores his runs. You can see it's very dominant, six-hitting side. The onside, through the offside, he will power the ball as he saw you play that last shot, but there's nothing really straight, and the main reason behind that is because of the exact reason you mentioned, Kartik. That's a top hand area that controls the base of the bat and the bat swing and plane. If you're top-handed, you hit a lot more runs in the traditional V.
Goes for the scoop. There's a man there. A good thinking from Matthew Wade, just couldn't get it fine enough. 17 overs done, 174 for 5.
By unveiling the significance of your birth chart, I can reveal you.
Australia 21 runs ahead at this stage. They've been ahead of India. And when you talk about boundary hitting, 23 to 9, 23 fours, 9 sixes to 20 and 7. So they are catching up, as Haydos rightly said. You need to be punching from both ends. One man can't do it.
And the problem is, it's that mountainous last over that went for 30. These two were critical to that. One, the skipper giving Maxwell the ball, and then Maxwell delivering what he did.
Both of them are at the crease. Oh, edge. It doesn't carry.
Really goes to show just how good Maxwell is as this innings closes out. You've got Matthew Wade that's trying his best to crush the ball, but he's got nothing on Maxwell, has he? Seems so effortless at the moment. He's got to be flying at 40,000 feet, Maxwell, after the World Cup. And then I think it's probably for him, he'll be also looking forward to getting back home at this stage and consolidating ahead of the domestic summer. Seeing what he can do in the T20s back home as well.
Very slow, very, very slow. Had to wait for eternity to put bat to ball, but will get two.
Yeah, great example of what you two have been talking about in the previous couple of overs about where to attack Maxwell. On that occasion, Prasid went pace off, really full, Maxwell's clearing that front leg, his weight's all on that back leg, and he doesn't really generate any power back through the ball. So clever from Prasid there. But will Maxwell be ready and waiting? He's generally been ready and waiting for the second one.
And the reason also is with pace on, he's going to connect 10 on 10 or 9 on 10. But with pace off, there are more chances of you getting him. He might connect the odd one, but you still have to back yourself as a bowler that with the slower one, I will get him eventually.
The pace on. Been really good. It must be difficult to control the ball here as well, because it would be definitely wet. You see how frustrated Maxwell. That's the ball he wanted. Just try to moose it too hard rather than just looking close at the ball, watch it onto the bat, back his strength and power, which is what he does.
Oh, again slow, hasn't got any timing on it. A false shot of Akshay Patel.
Wonderful, wonderful bowling and execution from Prasid Krishna. He's alternated, he's used the on-speed delivery of the ball before to upset Maxwell's rhythm with his hands. And then he goes the slow ball option again. And it's full and wide, knowing that Maxwell's trying to access that leg side boundary. He fights the line, but he only shanks it out deep mid-on. He's frustrated, is the big fella.
Well, he's feeling lucky. The moment that he hit that, he went, oh no, that's me gone here. And then realised just how badly he hit it to think, oh no, I'm still here, I better run.
And a slower one and dropped. Put down. The skipper himself.
Did he need to launch off his feet here? When he first made contact, he made good ground to it. He got at least 2 base steps in. Surya Kumar Yadav would have been moving at this point here. Bang, bang, 2 little steps to his left, but I think he probably could have just waited a little bit longer before he launched off his feet. This will give you a better reaction of it. Couple of base steps. He needed 1 more rather than launch off his feet.
Yeah, spot on, boss. That's what pressure makes you do, isn't it? Quick one. Should be called a wide, because it was too short and way over Maxwell's head.
Yeah, at this stage of the innings, Prasid Krishna has held his nerve beautifully. He would have sensed that Australia were going to attack his 12 balls, knowing what they needed. And he's delivered under high pressure here with a wet ball against a rampaging Glenn Maxwell, who's in the prime form of his career. Excellent work, young man, but you've got to get through 1 more ball now.
Yeah, what does he do? He's actually done well in this over. Different slower ones, 1 quick delivery. Again, trying to take a single. That is something which they tried even of the previous delivery. 180 for 5.
Well, let's have a close look at this. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's definitely not a wide. He's moving across his crease. And now let's just see whether the bathwater is there and whether there's any teddies that come out the top end of it.
I don't know about the teddies, Haydos, but I reckon he's got to go and pick the dummy up from the corner of his cot there. Maxie spat it that far. Got to go and pick it up, son, and put it back in, because there was nothing wrong with that decision.
Yeah, it's brilliant from the umpires too. Sometimes when you're under pressure, good to see that they see that the tram line is moving, because he had walked a long way across. Long way across.
Yeah, we did see a couple of tight calls, didn't we, from the Australian bowling performance, where the umpires didn't really recognise that movement across the crease. It was a right call on that occasion.
Akshay Patel, 19th over. Well, that's been drilled and that's raced across the turf. It just gained pace. No chance for Ravi Bishnoi.
That's clever batting from Matthew Wade, because he knows Akshar Patel will be thinking that he wants to access deep mid-wicket with the spin. And instead, he opens up the offside, knowing that he's going to try and drag him to that deep point fielder. And that was just pure strength and timing from Wade. Great effort from Bishnoi.
You can also see how slick that field is, because Ravi Bishnoi kept sliding. Even after he had missed the ball, he continued to go. Standing quite wide. That's been swung away. Good effort. Good work there by Tilak Verma.
That was also the ball that Wade wanted after the dream cover drive that he played. Just into the wicket. Akshar Patel followed him. Got the ball he wanted because he got the length he wanted, and just couldn't execute. Good start to the over though. 6 off the first 2.
Over extra cover, and this too will find the boundary.
Yeah, this is a lovely start to the over. Initially put Akshar Patel under the pressure in his first delivery. It wasn't a bad ball and was dispatched. Second one he got away with. And this one, Simon Kadich, this is a real peach of a shot. This just up and over cover.
Yeah, it's clever because Matthew Wade knows he's not going to give him an easy shot over mid-wicket or mid-on. He's going to go into the surface and force him square.
He's again gone for the wide option. It's been called a wide. Because Matthew Wade was backing away. It was way past the tram line.
Yeah, massive 3 balls here because these two know if they get...
Okay. Up to roll out. You want front on first, right?
That's right, front on please. Okay, ball passing underneath the bat. Can you confirm with Ultraj if there is any bat in ball?
Sabah, up 3, roll out 3.
Flat line as the ball passes the bat. Can you give me a best side on please for the stumping?
Up 2, roll out.
Could you take it one frame back? I just need to see the collection of the gloves, please. Just could you take it?
Take it back, nice and slow, take it back. Take it back.
Yeah, okay, you can freeze it here. One more frame forward. One more frame forward. Yeah, one more frame. Yeah, you can freeze it here, director. The gloves was not wholly behind. Satisfied. I'm ready for the decision.
They'll be called a no ball. Not because of what Akshar Patel did. Yeah, because the collection of the ball was slightly ahead. And he launches into it. Akshar Patel was not happy, but Matthew Wade will take it.
And this might just be the swing in the game that Australia needed. The free hit goes for 6. Australia now down to 26. With still 2 left in this over. They can get it under 20 in that last. These two will fancy their chances.
I'm not that silly.
Yeah, the last over from Maxwell went for 30. Akshar Patel has gone for 17 now. And bowled well his first 3, but it's such a tough ask. 19th over. Gutsy there, Ados.
That was there to be planted as well. Fertilised the soil with his first little golden nugget, and this was going to Be the second that was going to get planted up into the crowd. Got away with it. 18 off. Can it be another big ball here? Can the big show deliver here?
There are 3 men on the offside to the left of the umpire inside the 30-yard. And Ishan Kishan misses it. It will be signalled as 4 byes. So not the best of overs behind the stumps for Ishan Kishan. 22 of that over. Australia now require 21.
Escape the never-ending cycle of nasal medication.
So far, out of the 6 innings played, 5 have gone in excess of 200. 21 required. Australia 202 for 5. And are we headed for another photo finish? $202 for 5. And to add injury to insult, there is a fielding penalty. India have to have 5 inside the 30-yard circle. That's because of the slow over rate. Those are the new rules. 21 required. Australia 202 for 5. It's not Maxwell on strike, it's Matthew Wade on strike, who's got his innings going. And Prasidh Krishna, it will be to bowl the final over.
Yeah, it'll be a big slower one, I think, first up. Try and get that bit of drop so that Matthew Wade can get nothing underneath it. What's it going to be?
Swung away. And that's gone for 4.
Well, there you go. Short delivery into Wade's wheelhouse and had no problems. Makes a huge difference, Simon Kadich, when you've got this penalty here in the field. That one man back makes it so much more difficult to set a field towards the strength of one player. Suddenly they can go both sides.
Well, he's only got 3 fielders on the leg side. 2 of them are in the ring. And he's got the extra fielder over to go wider to Matthew Wade, as he did the previous over. Wide, full and pace off. And now the field changes again. Suryakumar Yadav moves one of those cover fieldsmen to backward point. Mid-wicket goes out now, Rinku Singh. And up comes mid-on, Ruturaj Gaikwad.
At this stage, you need to be so clear as a bowler what your plans are going to be, especially with 1 fielder less. And that was the worst delivery to bowl first up with nobody on the onside. A slower one right in the middle of the pitch. Goes slow, but doesn't carry. Going inside out. The fielder was exactly in that position.
Very good contact. You can see Matthew Wade's batting position. He's batting on off stump. He's looking to crowd the judgment of Prasidh. Here, a couple of grumblings in the crowd. Maybe wanted a little bit more effort towards the ball. When it gets tight like this, everyone gets nervous. Both dugouts get nervous, all the spectators, the bowler, of course, under immense pressure.
I think the right call was made. If it was Yashasvi Jaiswal, you can understand why he went for the safer option, because he wouldn't have made it. In the process, you end up giving 3 extra runs. But now it's Maxwell on strike. A deep mid, a very wide third, a very wide point, deep point. Man at long off. Where is Prasidh going? Goes extra cover and it sails over Rinku's head. 10 needed in 3 balls.
Maxwell at his best, just opens the blade, gets some width to work with, and just slices that over deep point. Rinku Singh initially thought he was going to be able to catch it, but that ball sailed over his head, deep into the crowd. That's masterclass in use of the wrist and opening the blade to get the ball where you want it.
And also just staying still. just allowing to see the ball first. Yep, you've got all these things rushing through your head, but the most important is to spot the ball. Spot it, pick it out.
Yes, small moments in the game can become big ones. Plays at it again, and again no chance for the man at deep third. So 6 required of 2 now, and Maxwell has turned it on. He's on 96.
Wow. Strike rate of 208. He paid the price with the ball. Can he make amends with the bat now? He's single-handedly carrying Australia to what could be a memorable victory. He was magnificent in the World Cup. He's going home after this match tonight. Can he go out with another bang?
Pace on. Pace on. That's what Maxwell's thinking as well. What happened to the pace off deliveries that he so courageously bowled in the 17th? Now it's all heat. He goes heat again here. It's going to be game over.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's the big thing, isn't it, about a bowler going for what he did the previous time and was successful under pressure. He's gone pace on, and he's gone for 15 of 4. 46 balls, 96. And that's what Maxwell is on. Oh, was it over the waist? He gets 100. Goes for 4, and it's a 47-ball 100. Equals Josh Inglis and Aaron Finch to be the fastest 100s for Australia.
Well, surprising actually that there was no ball here as well. Let's have a good look at this on replay. Absolutely pressure on again. Prasid Krishna has bowled one of the better overs in this tournament. Dropping, slow one, probably dropping. Certainly the impact was above hip height, but by the time that would have reached him in his stance, it would have been at best around that hip height mark. Gee, what a back end over this is for Maxwell. And Wade as well, he's really chipped in now as well. This partnership alive and kicking. 87, 40 balls. They both contributed.
Yeah, lots of chatter around the bowler, Ishan Kishan, in that crucial over. One delivery ended up going for 10 runs. And mistake down the leg side, catching it just ahead of the stumps.
Super over?
Big moments. Don't think so, Haydos. Don't think so. If it's going to be a super over, Maxwell is going to be kicking himself.
He's worked his way into this, hasn't he? He's got absolute pressure on Prasid. Unbelievable just how this turn of fortune in this over. Is there one more twist, Simon Cadix, in this game?
My money's on Maxi. He's been magnificent over these last few months. He did it in the World Cup final with the ball, getting a massive wicket of Rohit Sharma. And tonight's his night.
Final delivery. And he's gone straight and finished it off in style. What a century this has been. What an innings this has been from Glenn Maxwell. Record equaling 4th 100 in T20 internationals. Tying with Rohit Sharma. And more importantly, kept Australia in the series. What a run chase this has been to hunt down 222 runs of the final ball of the 20th over. Once again, the big show, and what a show it has been.
What a remarkable finish to this match.